Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we want to cover a topic that is very close to our heart. Okay, so this is the question that many of our friends ask us. Is $1 million enough for us to retire in Singapore?
This one, can you clarify me? Is it 1 million in the bank, or is it inclusive of your CPF and the property that you own?
This is a good question. I think let's exclude CPF and properties.
Okay.
Right, so today's conversation is just purely talking about just $1 million cash in a sense.
Okay.
So to start this conversation, right, these are the three factors that we want to share with you. So factor number one is actually the age that you are retiring.
And the lifestyle?
Then the third factor is how are you going to utilize this $1 million, right? So let's go straight to the first factor, which is age.
Yeah, the age. So you need to think about whether you are retiring early in your 40s or maybe in your 60s. Because depending on the age, right, when you retire early, you have a different kind of wants and your needs.
Yep.
And then have to consider about the time horizon, how long you're going to be living until, because Singaporeans, our life expectancy is in our 80s, 87 years old. So from 40 to 87, 40 plus years.
Then of course another factor is when you are retiring, will you be doing some part-time work or you are totally going to just enjoy your retirement stage of life?
Correct.
Right? Then factor number two is really your lifestyle. So when it comes to lifestyle, right, it is a very big conversation because it includes a lot of subtopics. Right? Like for example, the first one that we want to talk about is really family. Right? Will you going to be a single, married couple, or you are going to be a married couple with like one kid, two children, or multiple in a sense? And this is a conversation that we want to get everyone to start with. Right? Then of course another thing is what?
Where do you want to live? Where is the location? When you think about the location, you also need to think about the property prices. Then maybe you will be having some housing debts.
And when it comes to retirement, right, I think we will prefer not to have any housing debt anymore, or very low in that sense. Right? Then the next factor is really your food requirements.
How much are you spending on your food? What kind of food? Like, are you going to the hawker center most of the time, or are you cooking at home, or having a very good lifestyle of always going to restaurants?
Then another factor is we combine these two factors is actually your travel needs and also your transport requirements also. Right? Will you be traveling globally? Will you be traveling maybe like in around along this region? And then of course your transport needs will be like
are you taking a bus, public transport, or are you going to be owning a car to be driving around?
Then the last one, which is a very big conversation, is really your healthcare needs.
Yes, correct.
Right? And healthcare needs is pretty high, really depending on your health. Right? If you are not going to be healthy over when you get older, then of course your healthcare needs will really increase will increase quite a lot. So definitely please keep yourself healthy and live a very good life.
So how will you utilize your 1 million?
So that will be the third factor. Right? When it comes to the third factor, right, it is like, are you going to deplete from that $1 million savings, or are you going to put that 1 million into a cash or income generating assets? Because do remember that we did not factor in inflation. Right? With inflation, right, will your 1 million be the same as the 1 million today, when you retire? Right? So this is another thing that you need to really look at yourself.
So with two scenarios one for the savings only and one for your income generating portfolio So let's say what if you outlive your $1 million? So with a 1 million savings, right, let's say you are 40s, you retire early until your 80s, right, 1 million 40 years is about 25k annually. But the catch is your 1 million is always depleting.
The second scenario will be like assuming you put that 1 million into an income generating asset, which give you, let's say, 5% dividend, which means from that 1 million, you will probably get like close to 50,000 every year when you are retiring. Whether, let's say, you are retiring at 40, using the same scenario that Kelvin started, right, 40 to 80. What's the chances of the second scenario to outlive itself? right? Which one would you prefer? You know, one keep drawing down, and then assuming you outlive the life expectancy of 80, then you're probably left with nothing much in the
Then
bank.
you need to start to do part-time.
Then you're very stressed, right? Imagine in your 80s you start to really start working, a bit tricky lah, in a sense, right? So which scenario will you prefer? Please comment below, okay? I think for the both of us, we prefer option number 2.
Yeah, you see 25k versus 50k.
Yeah.
Wow, from dividends, it doesn't even eat into your 1 million.
Yeah.
And you are earning like 50k, double of 25k.
Yeah.
Happy or not?
Yeah.
Wow.
And definitely 50,000, right, can help with the inflation. And then also the assumption of like your, remember we talked about 25,000 as your your expenditure lah.
Yeah.
With 50,000, I think it's very sufficient.
Correct.
Right? It take care of the inflation also. It take care of maybe give you a bit of lifestyle also lah.
Yeah. Then you have surplus. Yeah. So with all this surplus, maybe when one day you really need to think about what's at the end, then you want to try to maybe give your kids a head start if you have a family. All these kind of inheritance, estate planning.
Yeah. It's another conversation that you can have also.
Yeah.
Probably at a later stage. But the main gist of today's conversation, right, is not like you cannot probably define it at this moment. Right? Like what is the amount? But at least start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right? And then visualize from where you are today, what is the kind of lifestyle and the age that you want to retire. Right? And these two things, right, will keep changing,
Correct.
along this journey for yourself also, right? So really define it. I think that's the core message. And assuming that you already define it, right, maybe the next video we want to create is like, how do you get there?
Yeah.
I hope that this is going to help you. And
I believe, right, maybe some of us don't even know how to get to 1 million. What if we can actually devise a plan, share with everyone about it?
Yeah. And we were also talking about ourselves, right? That sometimes you may not need 1 million to retire, right? You probably need a lower amount. Why? Because depending on the age and the lifestyle also, right? So 1 million is just something that we just want to give you a number for you to really look at it objectively, right? But of course, the real number, it really depends on you and your family.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for watching until this time, and really please support us in our journey.
Yeah. So remember to like, subscribe, and hit on the notification button.
Yeah, and we hope to see you for the next video.
Thank you.
Bye bye.